Hey everyone, this is the Snake 383. Welcome back to Megaman Legends. Last time we completely annihilated the Bonne Pirate Family. We destroyed the Gesellschaft, the Fokker Wolf, and Tron's masterpiece, Bruno. After suffering such a major defeat, the Bonne Pirate Family will stop bothering us. At this point in the game, if you wanted, you could go ahead and enter the sub-cities and take the keys to open the main gate. But before we do that, we're going to go on some side quests. Now that we have our drill arm special weapon, we can finally take down those walls that we saw at the beginning of the game. While it may not be necessary, I still recommend that you max out the drill arm, just so you can save some time while drilling down those walls. Since the drill arm is a short-range weapon, all we can max out are the attack and energy. If you decide to max out the drill arm, which you should, it'll cost you a total of 28,000 zenny. It's not that much. In fact, it's cheaper than maxing out the vacuum cleaner. Upgrading the attack of the drill arm will increase the force. So that way, you'll be able to drill down the walls in record time. There's also a plus to upgrading the attack. Using it as a short-range weapon against the Reaverbots with shields will take away their shield. That way, they'll lose their main method of defense. Aside from that, the drill arm's not very effective as a close-range combat weapon, despite what you may see if you choose to play Megaman Volnut in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. We can leave the old city for now. So take the support card to the Garden Forest, because we need to go to the shopping arcade to start our side quest. Anytime you decide to move the support card to the Garden Forest, Roll will automatically move to the Flutter. So then if you decide to get back into the support car, you'll have to call Roll so she can help out. Now we're all ready to go do those side quests. The first side quest that we're going to take on today is found inside the shopping arcade. Talk to the man on the left side of the shopping center who wears the backwards baseball cap and the green overalls. He wants us to go find his wife because he's really worried about her. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Right after we kick the can some more times and get gypped in the process. Once again, let me reiterate. Do not overdo it kicking the can into the bakery. You do not want your armor to turn completely black or even one spot of black. I decided to browse around the junk shop and see what parts I could buy with the rest of the money I have from upgrading. And they actually have better armor that we need this time. I get the armor in another part after grinding for Zenny in the Lake Jin subgate. But don't worry, I'm not going to show you any grinding. But now let's go find that man's wife. She's located in the Garden Forest behind some hills, so she can be pretty easy to miss. But not if you're OCD about looking everywhere. After we exit this ravine, just turn around to the right, and you'll see her right here in this corner. Apparently she has stomach pains, so either she's suffering from appendicitis, or, in the least worst case scenario, a bad case of gas. Either way, take her to the hospital. There's no way that she's going to get better from this. Trust me, you'll get something out of this. Well, all we can do now is just exit the hospital and go back inside. No, Mega Man, talking to the nurses won't get you any extra favors or any bonuses, if you know what I mean. They're not gonna let you go inside and see if she's alright. So take a hint from this nurse and exit the hospital. And then immediately after exiting, go back inside. This is what I love about Mega Man Legends. There's no comprehension of the passage of time, nor is there any day-night cycle. It's just eternal day down here in Cadillacs. Anyways, the man that you talked to earlier is going to be in the waiting area. And he gives us for our troubles, sunlight. He gives us sunlight. I can't comprehend how in the world you give sunlight to someone. But regardless of how retarded that name is of the item, go talk to Roll, because that's a very important item for a part that we can make. Hey boys and girls, guess what we made with the broken circuits, the main core shard, and sunlight? Only one of the best buster parts in the game, Omnit Unit Omega. This will upgrade all our attributes of our Mega Buster by 2 points. And it's going to be one of the final buster parts that we'll use in the end. All that's left now is just one more buster part. I skipped over it when we entered the main gate. So after we drill down the walls, we'll go find it. So now we're going to head back to the museum after we get hit by a car and give our remaining artifacts to the museum. But what do we get out of all this? We get a very special weapon part. What we have is actually one of the rarest artifacts in the game, but we don't get much recognition for it.
That's a catalog's bell. They're found only on this island. No one knows what they're used for. Is it okay if I put this on display?
That was not the rarest artifact in the game. The next one that we have is definitely the rarest one.
That's a Reaver-bought eye. Look at it. It's so beautiful the way the light goes through that translucent red. These are Grade 1 national treasures. There have been lots of diggers who've disappeared in the dungeons looking for these. That would be the star attraction for any museum. Would it really be all right if I put it on display here?
If you haven't said no any time before, this is it. This would be your perfect moment to turn Mega Man into a complete dipwad. And after I turned that into the museum, I came up with a very good idea. I think the one thing that could make this side quest better would be a decision to either donate the items to the museum or otherwise sell them off for money. Especially the Reaver-bought eye right here, because I mean, this is the rarest treasure that you can find in the game. And if a future Mega Man Legends game were made, I think that would be a very great side quest. Just selling off or either donating whatever artifact that you find. Because I mean, after all, Mega Man is a treasure hunter in this game, isn't he? Technically, Mega Man is one, even if all he does is sell crystals for money. One of the things that you may have noticed as you donate more and more treasures to the museum is that not only do you get more and more visitors, the dialogue from NPCs also changed too. For example, this kid is now asking us whether this painting is either a warning or a prediction. You'll find the answer to this question soon enough. But for now, I'm going to remain silent about that. And this next question was funny. This girl's asking us whether she or the lady in the picture is prettier. Now, I thought this was really funny because you could say I'm not interested in girls and give off the false impression that Megaman's gay. I don't know what the original dialogue in the Japanese version says, but I can probably take a wild guess and say that Capcom USA probably censored it in localization. I honestly don't blame them for the time, but whatever. But this girl by the Reaverbot doll gives us our main prize once we have donated all the treasures to the museum. The Prism Crystal. This is the last part that we'll need in order to create the most powerful weapon in the game. And easily the most broken. Now we're finally done with a museum side quest. So what we're going to do now is have Roll take us back to the Cardin Forest so we can finally enter the portal ruins and take down the walls. Take the southern door and you'll be led directly to the first wall for us to drill. This wall actually separates the main gate from the first portal ruin entrance. Drill it down, and you'll have easy access to the main gate. Don't forget to go to the left right here, because otherwise you're going to miss out on a buster part. The generator part. If you have Roll combine the generator part with the auto battery part, you'll completely max out your energy, which will let you shoot an unlimited stream of shots without being interrupted. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it to use the auto battery, because you can just easily press forward on the D-pad as fast as possible. If you're following this guide, use Omni Unit Omega, Power Blaster R, and Omni Unit. That should be your setup for this point. I also decided to fight the dog-like Reaverbot again for some more money, so I could get a little bit of a head start on earning the best armor in the game. We don't have too far to go to find the chest with the best buster part in the game. Instead of finding these Reaverbots here, just go north and you'll find the door. As you can see, we're a whole lot more powerful than we were when we first met these Reaverbots. The chest is also being guarded by the shield Reaverbots too, so you can ignore them if you like, or destroy them. And the last best buster part in the game is Buster Unit Omega. So your final setup in the game should be Omni Unit Omega, Buster Unit Omega, and Omni Unit. You don't need to worry about your rapid or your energy so much, because if you have 4 points of energy, you have more than enough shots. Plus you'll have a high attack power, and a fantastic range to deal with the final boss in the game. Now that we're equipped with the best buster parts in the game, we can finally take out the remaining walls and find the remaining hidden treasures. Go to the western door straight across from the main gate door, and then jump on this balcony right here. I'm going to fast forward right here because I do not want to bore you. Funny enough, this also happened to be a room I missed right after I got the jump springs. Now that I think of it, This is actually a good thing I skipped this room when I first got the jump springs. Because that way, not only will I be able to get a missing Buster part, but also I could kill two birds with one stone, so I could drill down the walls. Plus, everything that you face along the way here is going to be a complete joke. Because we faced every single enemy in the game, and also every single trap in the game. The only thing that stands between us and the prize are walls. And here we are. The missing Buster part that we could have gotten earlier is the rapid fire barrel. If you give this to Roll, she can turn it into the machine gun Buster part, which will increase her rapid fire capabilities. This is also the Buster part that confused me, thinking that it would customize your Buster and turn it into a machine gun, which it does not. Locked in between the next two walls right here is a very important weapon part and a Buster part. Enter this hole right here and investigate the hole at the far end of the room. You'll find the weapon plants, which can be used in conjunction with the X-Buster and the Prism Crystal to create the Shining Laser. And there's also Blaster Unit R inside the chest. And behind this wall is the exit to the Yas Plains. But we're just about done with the Portal Ruins. We need to find a couple more parts to build one more weapon in the game. So instead of continuing to search for it, I'm going to come back to that later. So now you have two options. Take the entrance out here to the Yas Plains, or otherwise backtrack all the way to the Cardin Forest. Because once you enter the Yas Plains, you're not going to be able to call Roll, because she can't get the car through here. So you're going to have to roller skate all the way to the city. All we have left to do is just call Roll and have her develop everything. I suppose it's safe for me to talk about this now. The machine gun, the drill arm, and the shining laser are the three trademark weapons of the Legends games. All three weapons appear as hyper moves from Megaman Volnut in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, a fighting game on the Wii. But the machine gun and the drill arm are also special moves too. The machine gun and the shining laser are also special attacks in Namco Cross Capcom, a strategy RPG that didn't make its way over to America. If you want to max out the shining laser, you'll have to spend 835,000 zenny. And that cost is hilarious compared to what it takes to max out the active Buster. Now I'm going to rant on the shining laser a bit about why it's broken. You fire a never-ending energy beam that keeps going until either you let go of the attack button, or otherwise run out of weapon energy altogether and have to use a hyper cartridge. Plus, it costs you 835,000 zenny to completely max out. And that's a joke compared to what it takes to completely max out the active Buster, which is also broken if you're insane enough to completely max it out. It's like the developers wanted you to break the game with a shining laser. And yes, I know, we're missing one weapon, the Spread Buster. That would have been useful against Bruno had I gained it earlier, but no, I'm missing one part necessary to make it. But don't worry, I'll go back and get it sometime. And you'll get to see it used in action, eventually. So to prepare for the next upcoming side quest that we have to finish up, we're going to move back to the Cardin Forest so we can head into the Flutter. But that's all for today, folks. thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time when we finish up the remaining side quests on Mega Man Legends. I'll see you guys then!